collection room tour you want? Yes. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Brett the Tank Downey here. Welcome to Ring Wars. If you've not been here before, I'm Brett. My son Hunter is here with me, and we are currently getting ready to show you a what is it? Today's August 4th?
Yeah, September.
September 4th. Yeah. September 4th of 2024. I'm getting old, so I gotta think about that for a second. And we are going to show you, we did a collection room, the main collection room. We got several, but we did the main collection room update. Opened a bunch of stuff, put a bunch of stuff away, and dusted, which anybody that collects, and if you don't have like everything in detox, you know that's a nightmare. So we did that, and got everything set back up. I'm going to be selling some stuff. If you're on Facebook, go to the Western Maryland Figure Collectors page. All my local members, I'll be posting that stuff in there. So check that out here soon. We got to get it organized and pictures of it in there. Going to try to sell it in a lot if I can. Very cheaply priced, so pay attention to that. In a moment here, I'll turn you around real fast. Crazy Age is over there cleaning our Darth Maul. What scale is he?
I think he's 18-inch, so maybe, well, no. I think those...
He's about the size of the NECAs that we have up there.
He might be a couple inches shorter, but he's close.
But anyway, when we're going to get things squared away here, and then he's going to give new, updated collection room tour for our main collection room here. I know this is the first time you've seen this in a while. It's because it's been a hell of a year. Everybody's been busy. If you've seen my other videos there a while back, I had been very ill a couple times.
A series of unfortunate events occurred.
About, took the big trip to see the man upstairs twice. But I'm doing very well now. Appreciate those that have reached out and asked me how I'm doing. Doing much better. The band split up. Currently trying to put a new project together. Going to see if my health can take it. So, just a little update there. Crazy Age, he is done with college and is currently getting his resume and all fixed up so he can go on the job hunt. He's still working at Walmart while he was going to college, because I used to work there and his mom still works there. So, but there's Lucas. Let's see what's going on. But yeah, so it's been a... What else? I haven't like...
Tori's left
us, unfortunately, if you've watched the channel a long time, you know that Tori was always up here jumping up with us almost every time we did a video. Well, she passed away there the other week. We just got her ashes back. Really hard, sad day. She'd been ill for quite some time, so. But, yeah, had that to contend with, and still mourning the loss of our beloved Thorin. Passed away probably about a year ago now.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I've had both those losses and that. And Mystery Lady, she is doing very well. She's been killing it at her job. Really proud of her. That's all she's accomplished. But yeah, I'm gonna show you guys all this stuff here directly. There's Lukey. He came up to check things out. He's been kind of taking Tori's place here lately. Coming up and hanging with us when we were out here getting this monstrosity organized. He was out here most of the time with us, so it's always cool to have one of the cats around. So we're down to 6 cats. So, but yeah, besides that, not doing much else. I hope you've enjoyed the videos I've been sharing of the different figures I've been getting. I've been just like filming them with some cool music and stuff like that, just for something different to try to do. I'm by no means a good filmer or photographer or anything, but you know, I love photography and I love art, so you know, I try to dabble the best I can, but with the equipment I have, because we're still just using my phone. But anyway, I'm gonna get off here. I will remain around, and Crazy H is gonna show you guys the new setup. It's the same stuff, just arranged differently, and with the new stuff added in, which there was a ton, like, you know, almost 8 months worth because of everything that's been going on. Because I was down and out for like four months and recovering still. So yeah, but I'm doing great now, really good. Don't recommend almost dying to anybody. So all right, Crazy H will be with you in just a minute. And there he is, ladies and gentlemen, Crazy of H's.
Yes, it's been a while, folks. How y'all doing? Very excited to show you the work that we've been completing in here. It's been a lot of changes, and it's really about half of the room that we've done a lot of different things to. There's some stuff, of course, that we haven't touched as of yet, but we are considering maybe doing some improvements on later. But for now, we're going to show you the stuff that we've done. It's been a long time coming. The main area that we sort of concentrated our efforts with is over here. That's where you'll notice the biggest differences, but I'll just take you around here in just a moment and show you everything. So yeah,
no. Like you said, if you have any suggestions, leave them in the comments.
Yes,
because you know,
I can discuss some of the things.
Some people might have better ways. You know, this has all been done on a budget, so it's like, you know, hand me down stuff. So
yep.
Okay, here you go, buddy.
Yep, passing the torch to me. So now you're not going to see me for a little bit. You're just going to see the shelves. So the first major thing we did is we originally had this Funko Pop shelf over there and all of these Gallery Diamond Select statues over here. So we flipped them and then sort of integrated some new stuff we had. So you'll notice that behind the unboxed pops, we have a whole bunch of rows of boxed ones. Now, these are all ones that we've gotten over the time as gifts, or a good bit of the ones that you see in these top two shelves were from my buddy CJ I worked with. If you see this, thank you so much. We got a lot of really cool ones that we kept over the bunch that he gave us. A really unique one, of course, is this big Thanos. You can see him in the back right there. It's a very cool one where he's sitting, well, even the throne, or not, maybe not, he might just be landing in a cloud. But yep, we've got it, you know, sort of the MCU ones on the top and a little bit of the bottom, and some I like my little Sinister Six section that I got going on here with the Spidey villains. We've got the Game of Thrones and a couple James Bond ones with a little bit of Burt Reynolds there. And
cool artwork on the side there. If you want to give them a
oh yes, right here, yep. There's of course some autographs we have. That's my Hellboy Ron Perlman. That's Abraham. There's Sir Braun of the Blackwater. Very cool. And a very nice one of Alice from Resident Evil. And a couple at the top of Iron Man and Black Widow. And while we're up at the top, I can show you what we've done on the top of these shelves, which is we've taken some of the big NECA guys out of this particular shelf, mostly some of the other Johnny Depp characters and the Bride. We're going to be moving them somewhere else in one of our other rooms. But then you'll notice going all the way across, in addition to some pops, is all of these boxed Marvel Legends figures that are sort of special, either from the Infinity Saga or the ones you're looking at now are these classic sort of comic book of the main trio, and the newly added Deadpool and Logan that we just got recently. Of course, in front of them there's some Spider-Man Homecoming.
And it was the last video I did if they want to check that out.
Yes, Thing and the folks from Tombstone. Across to this one at the top. We have not done anything on this Marvel shelf, really. I do plan to go through and rearrange some stuff someday, but as you can see, the figures are practically bulging from the shelf. So it's going to be a whole other separate project. But of course, there's tons of great stuff on there. The bottom of that has some of the more miscellaneous gallery statues, just that didn't quite go with the Marvel ones on the shelf opposite.
The box, the MCU stuff behind them.
Yes, it's kind of hard to see some of those, but there are some box ones back there that might be getting changed around as well.
First 10 years.
Yes. And of course, the top, we've got, that's the Iron Man 3 one, the Endgame one with Pepper in the rescue armor and Captain Marvel. And we've got some Kylo Ren pops, some Rey pops, Qui-Gon, Ceremony Leia, and then this...
branch out the Star Wars pops because we got...
Yeah, we have a bunch of those. They continue over to here, which they were actually... All these Mandalorian ones were there originally, but the Marvel Legends behind them are new. Some Civil War ones.
I've said it once, I've said it 1,000 times. I should have never started collecting pops.
Yes. Addicting, and of course, we move down the arrangements of...
They're cheap,
Yes. The arrangements of all of these Diamond Select statues are pretty much identical to what they were on the original shelf. I might have changed the positions of, I know for this shelf for sure, I changed a couple of them. You can get a look at some of the box sets that are back there. Down this shelf, there's the Guardians of the Galaxy section with Thanos in the back, and then we've got most of the Defenders and a couple of the oddball Marvel ones there. And then coming over to our Black Series shelf, we had a bunch of Black Series to work into this. You can see at the top there's also some more Legends that we've added up there from the respective movies, but basically this involved I had to take every single thing off, and I dusted the bottom of it while I was at it, and then I had to re-put them back on while integrating the new figures into it. So I've got it chronologically. You've got Old Republic stuff sort of in this little corner, moving through the Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones, and the Clone Wars, and then over to Revenge of the Sith. One of my favorite things I did was I put Palpatine right here on the end. Oddly enough, on each shelf, I've almost got a villain at this corner on every shelf. It's kind of weird how I just pre-planned that. You can see the Magna Guards are new, the Kiadi-Mundi's new, this Ahsoka, and then Bastilin and Malik, and then...
The boxes behind them are just for pretty much to have something in the back.
Yeah, just something to kind of make them pop a little bit more. So, of course, recently they did an interesting thing where they combined these square Black Series boxes, but they put the box art from the newer ones on the side, and they look very cool. It's the best of both, so I'm really happy they did that. Moving down, you go into your stuff from Solo, sort of into the middle years between the prequel and the original trilogy. There's some Kenobi stuff, Star Wars Rebels, like I said, Thrawn's in the corner there. There's a couple Inquisitors that we put in, Star Killers in there, Mon Mothma's in the back, I think maybe Saw Gerrera. There were some new ones there. Then on the edge down here, you sort of get into the Rogue One, and then the original trilogy starts with A New Hope and Empire. There's not really many new ones on this shelf that I can think of. I think the Luke and Leia from Bespin there are probably the newest ones that I incorporated into this one, and I got the six bounty hunters on the edge there, which I love. This next shelf is perhaps the most ridiculous one. There's our small spread of Return of the Jedi stuff with Hondo from Galaxy's Edge in there because it's sort of in the same period. And then from them over is all Mandalorian. And the reason I had to do this whole shelf over like this just to get these 3 figures in the end on, the Black Krrsantan Cad Bane and the Tusken Chieftain. I had to pretty much shift everything over just so I could fit those 3. And then on the bottom, we incorporated this little areas for the figures from Ahsoka. There is a gap there because the Thrawn from that show is going to be coming, so I reserved a little space specifically for him, so that's where he'll go. And then at the bottom, we have all the sequel trilogy stuff, and those are the more cultured people among you probably know as to why.
I'll give it a quick sweep of the 4th scale.
Up at the top there, yep. The amazing Avengers ones we got. The Hulk was a great find. I remember the day that happened.
Yeah, that was awesome.
And the battle damaged Captain America and Iron Man. Thor's from the Dark World. They look really good. The Doctor Strange is another terrific one. You've got your Holland Spider-Man, some comic Deadpool and Daredevil. You've got the Ledger Joker, and then the sort of Snyderverse Justice League.
The Trinity.
Yeah, the Trinity, of course. And a random picture of the Beatles with an American flag behind it at the top.
Because they are America.
Yeah, it's there. I mean, coming through this way, there's not really much that happened apart from some major dusting and such. I love this idea of the tie-ins on the Jedi Starfighters here on this lovely poster in the back of the Star Wars characters from the original 6 years. If you can notice, George Lucas is peering up in the corner right there.
And our Emperor and 3PO autograph and the fake,
yes, over there. There's the fake original trilogy one, but then the 3PO and the Emperor ones are real. You have Anthony Daniels, Andy, and McDermott. Both awesome. Some stuff might have got moved around into this cabinet a little bit. A lot of it's just the little 4-inch figures and
just to mention stuff about the cabinets, because I may have not even said this before, but these China cabinets were something I inherited from my mother, and they originally had China in them.
Yes,
I have no China, so
I was very small when they were still in their houses, and I remember them. They were very nice.
So I figured, repurpose them for the Star Wars.
Absolutely. Yep.
Mom would be happy we're using them.
Oh, for sure. So this little section, there was a couple of other big figs in them, but they were sort of cheaply made and not really as good as some of the other ones. So we ended up ditching those. So you only got
they'll be in the sale.
Yes, they'll be the sale. So you've got the bigger 3PO and the R2. That's the old electronic R2, which is really cool. This middle section is more or less the same. Top shelf, the newest thing is this Pro Droid, which of course I got you for Father's Day. It's been something I'd been meaning to get him for a very long time, so I finally got around to doing it because it's a very cool droid design and, very iconic part of Empire Strikes Back. And then I did some changing around on the shelves down here. I had all of these really neat mugs on the bottom shelf and learned my lesson. They got terribly dusty, so I cleaned all those out, polished them up, and moved them towards the top. Yes, move them towards the top shelf. And then the middle and the bottom have our other wide range of pops from Star Wars. There's some stuff sort of hiding in the back that just doesn't really have much better places to it, but that shelf has mostly pops on it. Some Rebels, Rogue One, Force Awakens. The bottom has Solo and some more Force Awakens. And then in this tiny little section here, these 5 pops are some of the older ones, like the originals, that you can tell they look a little, unadvanced compared to some of these other ones over here. And the bases are made a little bit differently, too. So they're there in a very cool section. Scooting along over to here, that stuff's more or less the same. The stuff in this cabinet is more or less the same.
The Unleashed statues.
Yes, but then up here, I did change around the sort of ordering of these to just give it a little bit of a better flow. The stuff related to Boba Fett, Return of the Jedi kind of is over to this side, and then the sort of hero stuff, with the exception of the Lego sets.
Name, but it's within my mind.
Oh, yes, for them.
You got the David Prowse autograph.
Yes, it's back there.
Got him before he passed away.
Yep, a neat clock there. We've got the Darth Maul that was done by...
It was done by my friend, the one here.
Yeah.
Crap. My brain fart. You know who you are. Thank you.
Yes, it's a very nice print, and it's right above this stellar-looking but extremely hard to clean Darth Maul that we mentioned in the intro. This is all real, like, fabric, and the gloves are made of this really awful material that's just really hard to
And
get.
the Vader bank was a Walmart find.
Yes, and it looks terrific. It's a ceramic little bank.
But these Unleashed figures are probably some of my favorites.
Yes, he's got almost all of them. There's
I'm missing some of the troopers, and that's about it.
Yeah, and maybe some bounty hunters or something, but IG-88's one. I know that for sure.
Him. But
There's
I have a room too. So.
Yes, and there's the Luke and the Hoth Snowspeeder one, and that's another one I know that you're missing. But
oh, really? They made them?
Yeah, they did a Luke and the Snowspeeder outfit. Then coming along the top here, of course, we got some. That's our autograph from Killer Who, Lady Deathstrike.
X-Wing Luke too, didn't they?
That's the same one.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, that's the same one.
That's one.
Yeah. And then just some pictures. Eva Green's from Game of Thrones. There's his Lady Kate Beckinsale. There's there's Alice again. There's Mr. Sulu, George Takei's autograph, very nice. And we come over here to what is a wall of music-related Funko Pops covering a poster of John Lennon's profile with Imagine. In fairness, though, these music pops might be some of my favorites in this room. They are all very cool, very well done. A lot of these are like store exclusives or special editions. All like they're just very iconic and neat looking, and I love them. The biggest reason they all shifted up so far is because of this Iron Maiden album cover. Which one is it? The Egyptian? Yeah, the Power Slave album.
I saw that tour.
Yeah. So it had to go in there, so a lot of this got shifted up. Unfortunately, poor Dolly Parton is kind of stuck in the back, but I have a plan to sort of push her up with some of the others here soon. We got a Kiss post up there, the Star Trek. The shelf in here is pretty much the same. All of these rock figures, and again, some excellent pops. I'm a big fan of the Queen ones, of course. The Motley Crue ones are great. The Kiss ones are great. They're all really cool, but they're partial to those. Let's say. And then we're at the part of the room now where I did the sort of least amount of work, I'd say. There's one shelf down here we'll get to, but all this is pretty much the same, like on this rock part of the top. Up in the corner there is our Alice Cooper autograph from where we met him. Then classic Walking Dead poster. We have some fake autograph stuff here. It's an awesome print that I got with a statue of mine of Aragorn and the King of the Dead. We got there. Yep, that's what I'm coming to next. So of course, there's Jerome Flynn for Braun. There's Kelly Hu, Lady Deathstrike, Bret Hart. Yep. Michelle Nichols.
One I think I've ever seen in person.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I can see that. My thing about her is she was Stacy in Phineas and Ferb as a kid, and I still can't believe that's Lady Deathstrike.
Very nice lady.
She was just in Vox Machina too, which is really cool.
Very nice.
There he is with China right there at the start of Lord of the Rings shelf.
Rest in peace.
Yes. And then there's Nichelle Nichols' Uhura signature. And then Chekhov's is over here.
Lady.
Yes. The Star Trek shelf, of course, in its entirety. These are the ones that do still need the most dust work, so just mind that. This is our Terminator / Arnold Schwarzenegger shelf. Man's pretty much a legend, so he's kind of has his own little section.
You can't say that without saying a line from one of the movies.
The Pobleman. They're all gone. Maybe not that line. That's a good one.
Put that cookie down.
Yeah, the cookie down. This is the shelf I did the most work on recently, the Game of Thrones. You can notice in the back there are these very nice statues that Dark Horse did back when the show came out. And he only had Ned, Daenerys, Khal Drogo, and Tyrion originally, but I got him the Jon Snow for Christmas because I was like, well, we still needs the main character from the trio there. And then we found the Cersei at Second and Charles in, was it Hagerstown? Yeah, and I'm like, well, shoot, that's a major one we still need. So we got both of those integrated in, and I sort of reorganized that section. Walking Dead shelf is below that, and the Beatles shelf is down there. The Beatles might be the weirdest thing in here, and we got the obscure shelf over there, which I also didn't really show off very well. I'll circle back around to that. Lord of the Rings section, of course, is epic as always, and one of the big points of contention that we're trying to debate is if there's a better way we could find to display these box sets. As you can see, they're quite big and take up a lot of room, so we've kind of just had to improvise and display them as best we can with this vertical stuff. It's the same story on this side over here. I'll take you to that real quick.
There's a better way to
See.
We even move them upstairs if we had a way to.
Which I would hate to do that because I think they're so cool, and they did even more than
Yeah,
this.
we got a lot of cool stuff upstairs.
My plan, it's going to be time consuming, but I'm wondering that if we shift the wooden cabinet to the left a couple of inches, if it would free up enough room in this space to stack the box sets horizontally upwards. And then by the time you got to the top, they would be, you know, all facing. But there's a couple of flaws because this Fellowship of the Ring box set is much bigger than all of the other ones, and then there's a couple of other things in here that aren't box sets that we have to sort of tweak and work around. Yeah, so it's going to be kind of a challenge. Of course, those are the 4th scale NECAs of Gandalf, Aragorn, and Legolas on the top. Bilbo actually is one too. He's to scale with them.
I think is Gollum?
I don't know if Gollum is. He might be.
I wish they'd have done a Gimli.
Yeah, in that scale, yeah, because we got a little one over here. And the awesome Toy Biz Treebeard. I'm so happy that thing was made. Some busts at the front. There's a couple other kind of littler statues here and there. And of course, the top shelf is where all of the diamond, I guess is it gallery, the new ones that you've been getting?
It's just regular Diamond Select.
Yeah, the regular Diamond Select have all been going on this top shelf. Yes. So they're there. Middle's got some figures from when The Hobbit came out, a couple of other antique pieces, and the classic Burger King. The complete set of the Burger King toys from when they came out, which I think is awesome. And then the bottom. Oh, yes. And the bottom shelf has pretty much all of the Toy Biz guys that we've got. There's some still in the box in the back, very hard to see, and the ones at the bottom shelf are very hard to see, but they are in there.
Sure, they are there.
Yes. Some couple little Lego sets. I've always loved that Gollum clock.
Yeah.
The tiny little one. I mean, the snow globe is good too, but it's in rough shape now. And I mean, the Balrog candle thing. I've got a Twilight Ringwave candle holder down in my stuff. Yeah, I was gonna say another little thing over.
Yeah, mishap once we glued them, you can't even tell.
Oh, that's a shame. Over in the one China.
One of the times we moved, one of the horns came out.
Oh, that's a shame. But yeah, so it's perfect surgery.
One of them perfect
like cuts where you could
cracks
just
where you could fit everything perfectly.
yeah,
back
seamed
in.
back
So I
on.
just glued it, you can't even tell it happened.
That's good. I was gonna say in the one cabinet back here, that little Yoda that's in the 3rd shelf below you there is another one of my favorite little things that's in here.
Yeah, the cool part of the package deal I got at one point. With like a box of figures.
And with that, we're pretty much back to where we started. I'm just gonna stoop down here a second so you can see this 3rd pop shelf is a lot of the more obscure ones. There's some historical figures, wrestlers, TV personalities, sports stars, you name it. They're all kind of in this section, along with some random boxed ones in the back. And the bottom shelf is just kind of a bunch of obscure, random things we've only got little bits of that I integrated here from tons of different movies.
I'm gonna bet everybody has one of those.
In the miscellaneous shelf, probably. The best thing on this shelf is the doll action figure of Chevy Chase in A Christmas Story. Or not, A Christmas Vacation, shoot. Got my movies mixed up. And in this little section here, of course, is just a couple really cool Doctor Strange pop variants from Multiverse of Madness we decided to keep last minute. Also from the courtesy of CJ. And then below that is our... Yeah, I was talking about that today with Mom, actually. Yeah. This is a really neat Mobadiah Stain and the Ironmonger box set. I got him for Christmas a couple of years ago. And you've got this really neat Hulk down there. And then the bloodied up Lucille baseball bat from The Walking Dead. Man. Yes. So it's a lot of things. It's years of getting compiled. And I'm honestly surprised that it's as organized as it is.
Yeah, I opened and he put away. Did a really great job. He's a much better poser than I am. but it looks great.
I say the only two really big projects that I have left I want to do is work on some stuff on the Marvel shelf here, and then the shelf behind us with just some dusting on it, really, and the Lord of the Rings stuff, maybe.
Like I said, I'd love to have all this behind glass cabinets, but it's just too expensive. I'm lucky I've got my 6 scales that I have, 1 detail. But yeah, I hope everybody enjoyed taking a look at everything in the main collection room. We got the upstairs classic collection room that is in the process of being redone. Once Crazy H gets the time to mess with some of the hanging stuff, we'll definitely get a video of that up when we do it, and maybe do another whole house tour at some point of all the rooms. Because we've got some cool stuff in the living room now too. I've been showing you guys on the videos I've been making all the different stuff I've gotten this past year. Just in little music videos I've been doing. So hopefully we get to see all that stuff that way. And then when we do a whole house tour, we'll add them in. So come on over here with me and we will. There I am. I'm still here. Me and my beard. Crazy H did the job on the tour. Thank you for doing that.
Absolutely. Very proud of it.
And what have we got? We got 24 minutes. That wasn't too bad.
25.
With me running my mouth, we got about a half hour. So, thanks for checking us out. Thanks for all new subscribers. I've seen a bunch lately. I really appreciate that. It means a lot. And like I said, if you haven't subscribed already, consider doing it. It's free. That way whenever we got a new video, just hit the little bell. And if you want to share this with anybody, feel free to share it and give it a like if you like what we're doing. By no means professionals here. You're not going to find the fancy cinematic artwork, even though he's wanting to be a filmmaker.
I was gonna say, give us a thumbs up if you like what you're doing. Give us a middle finger if you don't.
Is thumbs down still on there?
It is, but you can't view them. Like if you go on videos, like the numbers for the thumbs down, you can't.
Because there was always like these couple people like I'd post a video, they wouldn't even look at it.
No, I just said
thumbs down.
I said the middle finger because of the classic
the healthy Brett.
The Angus Young.
You're an idiot. So, but anyway, guys, appreciate you checking us out, and don't forget, as we always say, if you want that kindness this week, try to make a difference in somebody's life. For Crazy H, Fred the Tank Downey, thanks for checking out more Mortal Ring Wars, and we'll see you next time.